Hey YouTube! So, this video, as you can tell by the title, is all about me. Now, I'm not trying to sound like prideful or anything like that. I'm just I got inspired, to be honest, from another YouTuber named Olan Rogers to just be myself in my videos. And that's honestly what I'm going to be doing here today. I'm just going to be myself, and if you like me, great. We're gonna have a great time together. If you don't, well, go ahead and move on. I'm sorry to say we can't be friends. It's not like we can't be friends, but if you don't like me, that's your choice, and well, get over it, move on. Anyways, so I kind of wanted to start out in this video saying that the first thing is I love dancing. At first I didn't used to dance at all, actually. In fact, I was like, I am never gonna dance in my entire life. And what happened was my sophomore year of high school, my friends were in the ballroom classes, and I said, "Oh, you'll love it, man. You get to dance with girls, you get to be with anyone, with friends, and they'll become your family, stuff like that." I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. Why not? What have I got to lose, kind of a thing. So I tried it, and you know what? I loved it. I loved the ballroom dancing class. And it turns out I was actually kind of good at it. Who would have known, right? I mean, I'm just the person who likes to play video games, and I'll get to that a little bit later. Well, as you've probably seen in my past videos. But I'll get to that a little bit later. And what happened was, I was like, okay, I'll take it. I did my junior year. I ended up loving it. I took it another semester, loved it even more. And they're like, hey, the dance teacher went up to me and was like, hey, I want you to audition for my ballroom team. Okay, didn't really think I was gonna do that, but since you kind of asked me to, I guess I'll try it. See it. So, my first audition, I went in and I did fantastic. Well, not fantastic. I shouldn't say fantastic. I should say I did fairly well. Now, my second time I went in, ooh, I messed up so badly, so badly. I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm not gonna be on the team. I'm not gonna be on the team. That's it. So they're going through the numbers, they're calling people numbers and everything, and I was like, they're not gonna call my number. Next thing you know, number 12! That's me! That's me! I made it! So that was exciting for me when I made the ballroom team. Now, one of the other first things you should know about me is I love video games. I absolutely love video games. If you haven't noticed that by now, I mean, I've been making a whole bunch of Destiny videos lately. I love video games. And I believe I will always love video games. I've grown up with video games. My very first video game that I ever actually truly played, I'd probably have to say it would have been The Legend of Zelda. The Legend of Zelda and the Ocarina of Time was the first game that I fully remember, fully played through and finished completely by myself. Now, I loved that game from the very beginning of it. It's slow in the beginning, but as soon as you get past the third stage, you could say, or third part of the game, you're on a long stretch of adventure, to say the least. And that's what got my video games. I started playing shooter games such as Let's go to Xbox and go to Star Wars Battlefront. I loved that game. Like almost every single game that I started to try and play, I loved it. Now you're gonna say, "Oh, you're a guy. Of course you love video games." But guess what? I actually know. Well, I shouldn't say I know. Well, I know him. He's like my brother, right? My brother from another mother. Now, he doesn't really like video games, or he doesn't play video games very often. I mean, he'll play them, but only socially. Like, he won't play them religiously. He's more of an instrument type of guy. He would be rather fiddling with his guitar, or his bass, or any of these other instruments that he has, and just fiddle farting with that all day long. He'd rather be doing that than playing video games. Now me, if I could actually get a career just playing video games, like let's say my career in YouTube takes off, and what happens is I get, like, let's just throw a random number out there. Let's say 500 subscribers. No, 500,000. Yeah, just 500. If I just got 500, I'd be happy. If I got 500,000 subscribers, where I started I started actually earning money from YouTube. Well, I should say through YouTube. I would love that. I mean, if I could just play video games, well, like let's say play like 5 hours of video games and put that into, I don't know, let's just say 5 videos or something like that. That's an hour video, I know, but there's going to be a lot of editing, cutting it down, condensing it, and doing stuff like that. But that's a whole nother subject. Anyways, and I got, let's just say, 200 views on it every single time I put up a video. I honestly, I don't know for a fact, because I'm not a famous YouTuber. I mean, I have 18 subscribers right now, and it'd be fantastic if I got more. I mean, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm going to say that again at the end of the video. If you like it right now, subscribe. I will do more videos like this. It's just not going to be happening for a little while. Now, back to my original point, I love making videos on YouTube and making videos, just playing video games. Now, if I could combine them and actually make money off of it, I would be really happy. I don't think I would want to do anything else. I mean, other than like, I'm not like a completely indoorsy person where I have to do this, that, and other stuff, or I don't even know where I was going with that. Anyways, I completely forgot where I was going with that. I know how to do some of the video games. All I know is, well, anyways, if I can make videos, play video games, and just be with my friends and family, that would be the best thing in the world for me. I mean, that's what I love the most. Speaking of which, family. My family, friends, and my religion always come first. I know these are those 3 things. To me, they're equal. Yeah, they're equal. Except for when you put religion in there, God always comes first. But anyways, my family is my family. I wouldn't be anywhere without them. And that goes the same with my friends. My friends have always been there for me in the toughest times as well as my family. I treat my friends like family. If you feel like you could go into my house, go into my pantry, grab something completely out of my fridge, and just start eating it without permission, I wouldn't care. I mean, as long as, like, if it looks like something's gonna be made from it, like, ask first. But if it's like an apple or something like that, go ahead, feel free to take it. I mean, that's how it is in my family. Well, my friendship. I will treat you like family. that's just how it is. I mean, I love my friends, I love my family. Now, my religion, I love my religion. Now, I am a Mormon. Now, there are going to be people, as soon as I say that, they're going to be haters. Here's the fact. I am a Mormon. I believe what I believe, and I'm not going to hinder on your beliefs. Now, I am going to be on an LDS mission, aka Mormon mission, for 2 years. And unfortunately, being that as it is, I probably won't be able to post a lot of videos, if any at all. Now, what happens when I go on a mission is I will be kind of put away from technology for quite a while, 2 years. Like, I won't really have access to technology. I mean, I'll have maybe a computer to write emails, but I only really have access to that like maybe once a week. And I won't really actually have time to be on technology, like playing video games or anything like that. I'll be focusing all my work on my God, and serving Him and His people. In other words, everyone in the world. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about being a missionary or being Mormon, mostly because I hold those sacred. But if you do want to find out more about the Mormon culture, the Mormon missionaries, or just Mormons in general, know that first, we are people too. That means we bleed, we cry, we're happy, we can have mood swings. And the thing is, we are not perfect. We are human. Now, that being said, if you do want to find out more about us, I would say go to lds.org or find your local missionaries. Now, missionaries in the US, they'll be almost everywhere, and you just need to know where to look. Or find your nearest Mormon church. They will probably be more than willing to send the missionaries over to you, and they will explain a lot. And they can be sister missionaries, or they can be elder missionaries. Male, female, obviously. And if you don't get that, I'm sorry? But as I said before, if you want to know more, just go to like lds.org. I think that's the website. If it's not, I will find the correct website, put an annotation, and I'll put a link down in the description. So go ahead and look at that if you want. Now, to my next thing is, because I can spend all day talking about this, but I don't want to. Back to my family and friends. If anyone in my family or friends are in trouble or need help from me, I will drop whatever it is I'm doing and go help them as soon as I can. Now, obviously I can't really do that, like let's say at work or something like that, unless it's an actual emergency. But if it's like, hey, I'm having a bad day kind of a thing, can you give me a call? I'll be like, I'll text you back, and I will more than be happy to sit down or even talk on the phone for hours. I'm one of those people who could sit down and talk for hours and not even realize that. To me, it feels like maybe 45 minutes have passed when really, let's say, 3.5 hours have passed. I was like, oh, I should probably get going, unless you have something else. Or like that's. But if you need something and you really needed to talk, I'm more than willing to just sit down and talk. I mean, as I said before, we are all human. We are all going through our own lives, and lives can be crappy and full of pain, but they can also be really happy at the same time. I love to laugh. Who doesn't? You're gonna say that. Who doesn't love to laugh? If you don't love to laugh, you're a little bit on the strange side. But everyone's weird in their own way. If you say you're normal, then you're the weird one. That's just the way that it is, because no two people are the same. That's just fact. Now, as I said before, I love to laugh. Now, my humor is a dark sense of humor, but that runs in the family. What I mean by this is, let's say there is a death in the family. Our family's coping mechanism is humor. So we will probably remind ourselves of the good times that we had with that person, but we will also make fun of the person that had just died. Like, for instance, like, hey, we had that thing planned. Why did you have to go and die already? Or like, if you had a bet saying that, let's just say the Lakers are gonna win. And it's like, come on, man, you died before our bet was up. Just completely random things like that. Our sense of humor is kind of dark. If you don't like that, then I'm sorry. That's just who I am. That's who I am, my family is, and a lot of the people around me. Okay, not a lot of the people. I should just say my family, and some of my friends, because, well, yeah, I don't really have an explanation for that. Now, I mean, there is a lot more that I could tell you about myself. For instance, I love the scent of vanilla. I'm a sucker for those girls who are kind of damsels in distress. I hate it when people will constantly come up to me asking questions or advice on something, but then completely do the opposite of what I suggest. For example, which is completely not, doesn't have to do with anything. If you ask me like what kind of bubblegum you should have, and I was like, well, I like Stride, 5 Gum, and Hubba Bubba. But then you're like, okay, I'll go for Orbit. I was like, I didn't even suggest those. Really? Why'd you even ask them? But on a more serious note, let's say it's like, oh, my boyfriend just cheated on me. What should I do? It's like, dump his butt. If he's willing to cheat on you the first time, he's most likely going to cheat on you another time. That's that. Now, not everybody's the same. Let me put that out there. As I said before, everyone's different. But statistically speaking, most people who cheat will cheat again. I'm probably gonna get haters. Anyways. I prefer Xbox over PlayStation. The reason why is I grew up with Xbox. I mean, I had a Nintendo 64, and that's where I played Ocarina of Time. But Xbox, I grew up with. I had my Xbox, the original Xbox. I had Xbox 360, and now I have an Xbox One. Now, all or most of my recordings from the game will be coming from my Xbox. I need an adapter for my computer so I can actually record stuff from my computer. But as soon as I get that, I will do that. But unfortunately, that won't be for 2 years. At first, if you don't get to know me, at first when you first get to know me, I would seem kind of shy. Meaning that I won't talk very often. I'll maybe put my input in when I think it's necessary. But when you really get to know me, you'll probably think I'm weird. And by that point, you're kind of screwed, because then you're stuck with me. Now, what I mean by that is, as I said before, when I first start out kind of shy, I don't really talk very much. But when you get to a point where I'm starting to crack weird jokes or ask you weird questions, that lets you know I'm starting to get comfortable around you enough to be myself. And that might take a day, that might take a week, that might take a month, that might take a year or more. But knowing me, it'll probably take maybe a couple days or so. Now, what I mean by weird is I am a very imaginative person. Meaning, if you describe something to me, I will see it in my head. So if you describe something very gross, I will see it in my head and I'll probably want to throw up. Or gag, or something along those lines. If you describe food to me, I'll become really hungry and I will want to eat something or the thing that you're describing. Now, also what I mean by imaginative person is, I still use my imagination daily. And you might say, hey, I use my imagination daily too, to make things a little more interesting. But in my personal opinion that I have noticed, is I use it every day. What I mean by that is I will look into the clouds and some people see like, oh, it's just a cloud, or it looks like a flower, and and they're using their imagination of that. But I see the sky as my tapestry, you could say. If there's a cloud in the sky, I will see, and like let's say there's a storm on the horizon. It's like, and you can see light and darkness, like good versus evil, right there. You have the light side clashing against each other with swords, shields, bows and arrows. Because I don't think that guns are very effective. They are, but they aren't. That's a whole nother thing. I'm not even like that. Anyways, swords, shields, bows and arrows, and what happened? Or I will see a dragon, and I will fight that dragon. I personally will fight that dragon for you. I will pull out my sword and shield, and be like, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Fight through hordes of enemies. Be like, get out of my way. Stab them, slash them. Be the heroine. Hero. I'm not a girl. Duh. I have no idea why I said heroine, to be honest. I just kind of maybe want to sound dramatic. Shut up! Don't! Shut up. Anyways. Don't judge me. Even though you will. So anyways. I reenact. Like, if I could, I would probably go to a live action roleplay. Just maybe once, just to see what it is. But don't get me wrong, I think those people are a little weird. Then again, I'm weird. Maybe I'll fit right in. I have no idea. But I will, like, if nobody's around, this is my guilty pleasure. I will pretend, like, let's say I'm playing Destiny, even though I have Destiny, but I will have Destiny in the video game. I will make it so it bends to my rules. For instance, my main guy in Destiny, the video game, is a warlock. So I will have a warlock, but he can do everything. Since a warlock can have solar powers and void powers, he can do all the spectrum of those. Meaning, he would have a bubble, he has his Nova Bomb, but he also has Golden Gun, since that's solar, as well as Sunsinger. You're probably thinking, a little overpowered, don't you think? Well, exactly, I want to win! Now, unfortunately, not everybody thinks that's okay. In fact, most people don't think it's okay to just go randomly and be like, pew 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 pew. That's sucks for them. To be honest, I think I'm happier acting out my fantasies or imagination or pretending kind of a thing, or whatever you want to call it, because that's me. This is me. I can't see myself being the same person if I didn't have any of these qualities. Now, I hope one day I will find the right person and I will treat her the way a princess deserves to be treated. And if we get married, I'll treat her to be just like a queen. I deserve the same in return. If you treat me like a prince or a king, I will do the same to you as a princess or a queen. I hope I can find that one girl who will accept my flaws, accept that I'm not perfect, believe the same beliefs that I have, meaning religion. And the number one thing that I hope that she'll be able to do is play video games with me. That's just kind of like a quick snippet of my ideal girl. It's very general, I know. I mean, I'm not very picky. I mean, personally, I think everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be judgmental, because first impressions do count, but they don't at the same time. Confusing, right? But here's the thing. If you meet somebody and you see that they're a weird person, you instantly think, oh, they're weird. Stay away, clear from them. But then you get to know them and you realize, oh, they're really down to earth. I can relate to that person. Or that person can make a good father, good mother, or a great friend. A brother from another mother, or a sister from another mister. And I do believe that if you try hard enough, you can make your dreams come true. Whatever they may be. I know this is completely and utterly random for the last half of this video. Or the last 5-10 minutes. I don't even know how long. I haven't even been looking at the timer, to be honest. And this is going to be a long video. But this is, as I said before, like 2 or 3 times, this is me. I hope you like me for who I am. Because, well, I'm not going to change it unless I see that I have a problem with myself. And if you have a problem with me, either come to me and talk about it if you think that's something that I shouldn't be doing, or if you just don't like me for who I am, I'm sorry, then leave. Because I am who I am, and as I said before, I'm not going to change it unless I see a problem with myself. And that's that. Well, I hope you liked this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me what you liked. You can also tell me what you didn't like. I'll acknowledge it. For the next couple of weeks at least. And then maybe 2 years down the road. But in any case, subscribe. You want to see more videos? Check out my other videos. Now, I know they're not good, or that good, I should say. I mean, people tell me that I'm getting better. Let's just say that I'm getting better. And I hope I can entertain you in the future. And I hope I'm a little bit more out there after my mission. I think I will be. But for now, this is me.